Hi students, welcome to lesson number 3, corporate image. Let's get into the objectives of the lesson. Explain the concept of organization or corporation. Number 2, learn what is a corporate identity and corporate culture. Number 3, know about corporate personality and corporate reputation. Number 4, understand the importance of corporate image. And number 5, describe the role of public relations in promoting corporate image. Corporate image is the image of a corporate organization in the eyes of the society. It is the impression of that organization in the minds of the people. It is the manner in which a corporation, a firm or a business enterprise or an industrial establishment presents itself to the public. Corporate image is the total public perception of an organization as expressed by the internal and the external public. Such image depends on the organization's objectives, goals, vision, mission, policies, products, services, financial performance, corporate philosophy, corporate philanthropy, corporate charity, corporate social responsibility, corporate citizenship, corporate governance, corporate culture, corporate reputation, corporate conscience, and its behavior towards employees and the community. All these things put together constitute corporate face. The better the service, the greater the image. A good image of an organization indicates its effective functioning and better performance. In this lesson, we will learn specifically about corporate identity, corporate culture, corporate personality, corporate reputation, corporate social responsibility in order to understand corporate image and the role of corporate public relations in promoting all these aspects. Corporate public relations is also called as corporate communications. Now, corporation and organization, concept, its meaning and definition. The word corporation derives from corpus, the Latin word which means body or a body of people. In American English, the word corporation is most often used to describe large business houses. In British English and in the Commonwealth countries, the term company is widely used to describe the same sort of entity, while the word corporation encompasses all the incorporated entities. A corporation is a legal entity that is separate and distinct from its owners. Under the law, corporations possess many of the same rights and responsibilities as the individuals. Corporation is a legal personality. It can sue and can be sued in the courts of law. There are various types of corporate entities. They are private limited company, public company, sole proprietorship, one person company, partnership company, limited company, limited liability partnership. A corporation is always a company, but not all the companies are corporations. A dictionary meaning of a corporation is a large company or a group of companies authorized to act as a single entity and recognized as such in the law. Corporation is deemed as a citizen. It is called corporate citizenship. It is an idea which has both practical and ethical dimensions. It suggests a two-way relationship between corporations and the society which are oriented towards meeting the community needs. As in the case of an individual citizen, the corporate citizen who has emerged from a corporation has similar legal and moral responsibilities towards the needs of the society. Thus, the corporates are also required to discharge corporate social responsibility. A corporation is an organization, usually a group of people or a company authorized by the state to act as a single entity and recognized as such in law for certain purposes. According to Keith Davis, organization may be defined as a group of individuals, small or large, that is cooperating under the direction of executive leadership in accomplishment of certain common objectives. Organization is just a hyponym of corporation. The difference between corporation and organization is that corporation is a group of individuals created by law or under authority of law, having a continuous existence independent of the existence of its members, and powers and liabilities distinct from those of its members, while organization is the quality of being organized. Corporate identity may be described as the distinctive insignia or logo of a corporation, easily recognized and remembered by the public. It encompasses an organization's core values, standards, and its goals. Corporate identity has a historical background. In the early period, kings would lead their armies and identify themselves by means of an emblem or a flag. They later became the corporate identities of modern organizations. The Indian national emblem, which is an adaptation from the Saranath 4 lines capital of Emperor Ashoka as the identifying symbol of the government of India. The wheel of law, that is Dharmachakra, appears at the center of the abacus with a bull on the right and a horse on the left, and outlines of other wheels on the extreme right and left. The word Satyameva Jayate from Manduka Upanishad, meaning truth alone triumphs, are inscribed below the abacus in Devanagari script. This is the national emblem of our country, and our nation is identified by this emblem all over the world. This is also used in all the correspondence of Government of India, right from the official diary to the official gazette. When you see this emblem, you think of India as a nation. This principle also applies to corporate India. People sometimes remember a particular organization by its corporate identity. For example, when we see two hands protecting a lamp flame, we think of Life Insurance Corporation. Similarly, the inverted red triangle has become an identifying symbol of family planning. Think of brand logos of major corporations like Apple, Google, Microsoft, IBM, Amazon, Facebook, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Nestle, ITC, Samsung, Ford, Toyota, Mercedes-Benz, Honda, Tata, Mahindra, Maruti, McDonald, for example. The moment we see these logos, we recall the owner of the brand. Thus, brand identity, which is the representation of a brand, gives corporate identity to reflect the overall image of a company. We often hear about corporate culture as against government culture. The beliefs and behavior that determine how a company's employees and management interact and handle outside business transactions is called corporate culture. Often, corporate culture is implied, not expressly defined, but develops organically over a period of time from the cumulative traits of the people the company hires. A company's culture is reflected in its dress code, business hours, office setup, employees' benefits, turnover, hiring decisions, treatment of clients, client satisfaction, and every other aspect of operations. It also implies its shared values, ideals, and basic code of conduct among its employees. The basic pattern of shared assumptions, values and beliefs considered to be the correct way of thinking about and acting on problems and opportunities of the organization is also called corporate culture. Every organization has a dominant culture which can be defined by them as intensive, fun, creative, etc. There can be countercultures or subcultures within the organization which can support or oppose the dominant culture. They could in fact act as forces of surveillance or as a source of new emerging values. For example, Google is a company that is well known for its employees friendly corporate culture. Corporate culture can elevate companies above their competitors and support long lasting success. Such a culture can provide a positive workplace environment, create an engaged, enthusiastic and motivated workforce, attract high value employees, drive and improve performance, quality and productivity, result in favorable business results, underpin a company's longevity, strengthen returns on investment, provide a competitive advantage, clarity for employees, the goals of their positions and departments, contribute to the diversification of the workforce. Every organization has its personality based on its organizational culture. It is almost synonymous with corporate culture, as the culture of the organization determines whether the personality sported by the corporation is young or old, dynamic or static. Organizations that cultivate an exclusive and distanced approach also train or recruit employees who will fit into this image. The type of leadership that develops also depends upon the type of the organization and its structure. A management that believes in hierarchy does not encourage equal or horizontal structures, while an organization that believes in horizontal but not totally vertical encourages the leadership that can lead others through firm yet on an equal basis. This is seen as an organization like Google, which is an IT company, has youth as a majority of its employees. Therefore, corporate personality is of youthful, has less formal way of communicating, flexi hours of working and a casual workplace culture. On the other hand, corporate personality is the creation of law, and as per the law, a corporation is an artificial person created by the personification of a group of individuals. The theory of corporate personality mainly states that a company has a legal identity different from its member. Like individual, a corporate can sue and can be sued in case of disputes. What is reputation? The dictionary meaning of reputation is the overall quality or character as seen or judged by people in general, the beliefs or opinions that are generally held about someone or something. Reputation is the sum total of the corporation's daily actions, and it will determine whether recruits will join, consumers will buy, and journalists and legislators will give it the benefit of doubt. Corporate reputation emerges based on one's experience of an organization or its products. Edelman Public Relations, a public relations agency, defines the management of corporate reputation as the orchestration of discrete public relations initiatives designed to promote or to protect the most important brand you own, your corporate reputation. This reputation will be good or bad, strong or weak, depending on the quality of strategic planning. Reputation is defined as the collective representation of an organization's past performance that describes the firm's ability to deliver valued outcomes to multiple stakeholders. Expressed in plain terms, reputation is the track record of an organization in the public's mind, said Wilcox, Len and Cameron in 2005. Reputation, unlike corporate image, is owned by the public. It is not formed by slogans. A good reputation is created or destroyed by everything an organization does, from the way it treats its employees to the way it handles conflicts with outside constituents. The management is commitment to achieving its stated goals and the skills and energy with which all component programs are implemented and communicated contribute to the creation of reputation. Corporate reputation or image is based on how the company conducts or is perceived as conducting its business. The attributed values such as authenticity, honesty, responsibility and integrity evoked from the person's corporate image constitute corporate reputation. Reputation, like image, is based on all impressions gained by the public, but there is a difference. Unlike image, reputation is formed from the personal experience. Image is based on beliefs developed from a distance without the benefit of contact. Reputation of a corporation, according to a few scholars, is based on three key factors. Number one, economic performance of an organization. Number two, social responsibility. And number three, the ability to deliver valuable outcomes to stakeholders. A company has different types of stakeholders, and the perception of the company differs from one group to another. These groups are linked to an organization in different ways. For example, stakeholders include shareholders, employees, customers, government and regulatory agencies, financial analysts, media, dealers and suppliers. To create a corporate reputation, it is necessary that programs are designed to suit the different audiences. Such programs must be developed based on the corporate strategy of the organization. It is in the time of crisis that a good reputation acts as a shield to save the company. A poor reputation will adversely affect the company, while good reputation will pay in both operational and financial ways. A survey reveals that the better the corporate reputation, the higher the stock price. There is a strong correlation between higher corporate reputation and higher price earnings. Some values are given as follows. Number one, it adds extra psychological values to the products and the services. Number two, it helps customers choose between the products and services. Number three, it increases employees' job satisfaction. Number four, it enhances advertising and sales force effectiveness. Number five, it supports new product introduction. Number six, it acts as a powerful signal to the competitors. And number seven, it helps raise capital in the equity market. Here are some of the effects of poor reputation. Number one, share market analysts do not like the company and undervalue its share price. Number two, journalists pay particular attention to the companies with poor reputation, and even when these companies do something good, journalists may remind their audience that this company has a bad history. Number three, customers seem more concerned and price sensitive about products and services from less respected companies. And number four, poor reputations lead to poor employee morale. The earliest forms of corporate charity and corporate philanthropy have come to be known as corporate social responsibility of the present day. In simple words, CSR means giving back to the society. Jamshedji Tata, the pioneer of social responsibility, said, "Wealth that comes from the people, as far as possible, must go back to the people." It is against this background of the philosophy the concept of CSR began in India at Jamshedpur, Bihar, where the Tatas have built a township for the workers of the Tata Iron and Steel Company. Thus, CSR is the process by which a corporation participates in the welfare of both internal and external community, enhancing its environment and well-being to the advantage of the organization and the community concerned. It also aims at building relationships with the types of public and increasing the reputation of the company. The importance of CSR has further increased because of the changing corporate world. Everything from family life to ways of working are changing. In consequence, every organization has to confront a global economy, a technological revolution, an information revolution, and proliferation of sources of information. The emergence of large companies with international business, mergers and acquisitions, and signs of increasing environmental damages. These have had an impact on the ways of doing business. CSR activities also enhance the corporate image of an organization. If the image is important for the individual, it is essential for the organization. Image should be treated as an asset and should be planned, analyzed, and managed along with other valuable assets. What is corporate image? It is defined as the impression of an organization in the minds of the people. Such an impression of the public is based on their knowledge about the organization and their experience with its products and services. An individual knows all about his or her own business and organization, but an outsider knows very little about that particular organization and its business. Unless the individual takes the initiative to tell the outsider about his or her business, people do not know about the company. It is in this context that public relations as an information and communication function enters the field. It is the primary task of public relations not only to speak about the organization and its products and services, but also create a favorable image in the minds of the people. A corporation's identity and image is reflected in dealing with the employees on the one hand and customers on the other hand. In fact, a corporate image is the total public impression of an organization as expressed by the internal and the external publics. Corporate image depends on the organization's mission, vision, policies, qualitative products and services, better financial performance, and in particular its behavior with both the employees and the community. The better the service, the greater the image. A good image of an organization indicates its effective functioning and better performance. The importance of both the corporate identity and the corporate image has increased in the wake of globalization, when all corporations are involved in global trade wars. In such a competitive marketing environment, corporations which have a better image alone will survive while others will perish. Though these two terms, identity and image, are different, they are complementary to each other. In fact, corporate identity as the forerunner of public relations activity supports the corporate image. If the identity is the physical insignia of a corporation, image is the mental perception of a person about an organization. One looks at identity while another thinks about the image of an organization. Corporate identity and corporate image are the two strong pillars of public relations edifice through which the goal of public relations understanding of the public can be achieved. The terms corporate identity and corporate image are sometimes confused with each other and often considered one and the same. The corporate identity of ITC Limited is printed on the cover page of a publication, Transforming Lives and Landscapes, Rural Development Philosophy at Work. Here, the organization is communicating its identity as part of its rural development service. ITC's target rural public actually view it after experiencing its rural developmental schemes such as social and farm forestry, integrated watershed development, economic empowerment of women and empowerment of farmers through eChowpal to transform them into powerful agents of social change. Today, ITC has a better image in the market. As such, corporate identity is an identifiable visual symbol of the organization, whereas corporate image is the perception of the person that exists in one's mind. Both must run hand in hand and implement each other. The term corporate public relations enhances all relationships that affect the corporation as a whole in reaching both the internal and the external publics. But the term corporate communications also is used as a substitute for corporate public relations. Corporate public relations deals with key publics of a corporation, namely again shareholders, employees, customers, distributors, suppliers, community neighbors, media and the government. The broad areas of corporate public relations program vary depending on the fact finding of the organizational issues and identified problems. The area of corporate public relations were already discussed. However, the dimensions of corporate public relations cover the following things. 1. Employee relations. 2. Shareholder relations. 3. Customer relations. 4. Dealers and suppliers relations. 5. Community relations. 6. Financial relations. 7. Media relations. 8. Relations in crisis situations. Public relations is an art of relationship management. It must promote both the corporate identity and the corporate image of an organization. Public relations can play a pivotal role in building the reputation of a company based on its vision, mission, goals and performance. The Chartered Institute of Public Relations, London defines it as public relations is about reputation, the result of what you do, what you say and what others say about you. Public relations practice is the discipline concerned with the reputation of an organization with the aim of earning understanding. Integrated public relations communication combines the work of all departmental communication of an organization in relation to teaching prospective publics on the one hand and promote public relations culture within and outside the organization to persuade and influence the segmented public towards organizational goals on the other. Corporate public relations program either for internal publics or for external publics must be based on a strategic planning to reach all segments of public within the good deeds. As part of integrated public relations communication, various media and tactics have to be used to achieve the following 5 communication objectives. Number 1, awareness of the company. Number 2, customer needs and services. Number 3, corporate image and reputation. Number 4, stakeholders support. And number 5, company's performance and feedback. Corporate image is secured by corporate public relations. It is because corporate public relations embraces all relationships that affect the corporation as a whole in reaching both the internal and external publics. The term corporate communications is also used as a substitute for corporate public relations. However, corporate communications include more than public relations in the sense that it talks of branding, image building as well as communication management, which can also be called as integrated corporate public relations. The corporate mission, vision, strategy, identity and image together create reputation of the organization that can be upheld with the help of public relations strategically. Corporate public relations also works for the company as a whole, that it protects the already existing goodwill of the company while trying to gain additional goodwill through its activities. The importance of both the corporate identity and the corporate image has increased in the wake of globalization when all corporations are involved in global trade wars. In such a competitive marketing environment, corporations which have better image will alone survive while others will perish. Depending on the nature of the public relations manager, public relations can be proactive or reactive. However, an effective public relations demands proactiveness in relation to the stakeholders. By noting feedback, it becomes possible to ensure that the image and reputation of the organization does not suffer. As every organization has an identity and reputation that has to be protected, it becomes the duty of the public relations personnel to safeguard the image under any circumstances. Corporate social responsibility has become another way of ensuring a good public image by the organization by not alienating the community around it. In fact, by proactively giving back something to the community it serves, CSR has become one of the most popular offshoots of an organization. A good corporate image is created and destroyed by everything an organization does, from the way it treats employees to the way it handles conflicts with outside constituents.